Hello, everybody. My name is Ryan Koki of the Seahawks Recap Show, and welcome to another Seahawks off-season video. And yes, I know I'm late to this news, but I thought I would make a video anyway discussing the recent news of Tyler Lockett's contract restructure and the releasing of fullback Nick Bellore as the Seahawks make even more cap room ahead of free agency that'll happen on March 13th. And yeah, with all the little minor rumors of, oh, is Tyler Lockett going to be a cap casualty for the Seahawks? It looks like he is not, as he gets his contract restructured. And I'm so happy about that. But before we get into the episode, if you like this video, please consider giving it a like and please consider subscribing if you really liked it. But let's get into the cap situation breakdown. The Seahawks have released fullback slash special teamer Nick Bellore and have restructured wide receiver Tyler Lockett's contract. With these moves, the Seahawks save approximately $12.3 million in cap space, which means the Seahawks will have around $47 million in usable cap space for free agency when that happens on March 13th officially. Now, as of today, which is March 11th, teams are able to negotiate with players on contracts and things. They just aren't officially allowed to sign anything until March 13th. So it's going to be a really fun time and a really fun time this week to see where players end up going because we got a lot of star players in this free agency class. My thoughts on the Tyler Lockett contract restructure and the Nick Bellore releasing. Well, let's start off with Tyler Lockett. After some minor rumors that he could be traded, Tyler Lockett is still on the Seahawks for the next 2 seasons. And I'm actually really happy with this because not only do they have the three-headed monster still at wide receiver, but now with Tyler Lockett's cap hit between 15 to 17 million, I believe this is a more reasonable number than the 27 million that he would have been making considering his new role on the team. I have always loved Tyler Lockett. When I first became a Seahawks fan in 2013, 2014 season, I have loved him ever since he stepped into the organization. And now with his new role on the team, he's more of a mentor to these younger guys like DK Metcalf and JSN and Dwayne Eskridge and those guys. And, you know, at 31, he's still playing some of the best football in his career, and he's still a very good player. So bringing him down and having him not make 27 million a year for the next 2 seasons is great. I think that's a more reasonable number for him because I still wanted to keep him on the team because again, we have a three-headed monster, and I can't wait to see what JSN does this year. Because for me, if I'm Mike McDonald, I know I'm not that coach, but I'm putting Tyler Lockett as was receiver one, then I'm putting JSN as receiver two, and then I'm putting Tyler Lockett as receiver three. That's how I would organize this depth chart because I'm looking for big things for JSN. Still going to be using Tyler Lockett quite a bit. He is a reliable pass catcher for Geno Smith. He's more of that safety blanket kind of guy, but I want to see big things from JSN. And with the new role that Tyler Lockett is playing, more of a mentorship role, it just makes sense to keep Tyler Lockett on this team just for not only morale, but also in a new regime. You need veteran wide receivers on your team. And for the Nick Bellore release at fullback, honestly, I don't really have a deep connection with Nick Bellore as some fans did. I know when he got released yesterday, people were upset. Some fans were upset. Other fans were more like me in the realism part of it. I am more of a realist when it comes to the business of the NFL. I hate when players get released, but I understand what happened here. And I think this cut really needed to happen. I think this needed to happen from a business perspective. Although he was a locker room favorite, supposedly among his Seahawks teammates, and a good special teams player, he saves the Seahawks around $3 million in cap space, 2.8 to be exact, and that could go towards a future free agent. I hope someone can pick him up for cheap, and I wish him all the best in the rest of his career. And one more thing I wanted to do and talk about with Nick Bellore is that he is a fullback. And although he's a great special teamer, he never really played fullback. He never really played linebacker. you know, he didn't have a spot on this team. And he was more of a Pete Carroll kind of guy rather than a Mike McDonald guy. So that's why he was released. But he was a great player when he was on the field. It's just he is a fullback after all. And fullbacks, I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but the only true real fullback you see now in the NFL would be Kyle Juszczyk of the 49ers, because now that position, the fullback position, is being phased out of the NFL, so to speak. Anybody can play that position, whether it's a running back or another tight end. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next week for news of the week on Saturday, as I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of things to talk about, from free agent signings and things of that nature. And I would like to know your thoughts in the comments section below. Do you like this restructure from Tyler Lockett? And how are you feeling about the Nick Bellore release? I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Go Hawks, go! And I will see you in the next video. Take care.